How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another one of those videos. It's a Monday. We've got the patch notes, so we're going to go through them today. For anyone who doesn't want to hear me read the patch notes, as always, this is your warning for you to click off the video, but make sure to leave a like before you do, because it helps me out. Why not? You might as well. Anyway, for anyone who doesn't like to read the patch notes or just doesn't get around to doing it, this is a useful way for you to find out what's going on in RuneScape. So let's get started, shall we? This week in RuneScape Double XP Live. So Double XP is going to be starting on Friday, I believe. This Friday coming. Let's have a quick check. So yeah, we've got mark your calendars. Double XP Live returns 12 game time this Friday, November 5th. You have until 12 game time on Monday, November 15th to take advantage of 48 hours of Double XP, which you can spend across all 28 skills in the game. It's the best time to level up your skills, especially if you want to take on skill restricted adventures like Elder God Wars. Okay, so it looks like they've given up on the idea of like a full month of, of double XP. So they've gone back to the 10 days, which is good. It's good, definitely. And there was some weird stuff with prices and stuff the last time. There was just no need for the full week, and so the world lag and stuff like that. But that's sorted. So we get 10 days, starting on November 5th. It'll be 12 in-game time. So if you've got the in-game clock, not your chat window game time, that is completely different. That is your own time. But the in-game clock. So 12 game time. Perfect. The Tzkal-zuk front world's first race. This is saying last week we launched a competition to see who will be the first to complete the front on hard mode flawlessly. Hey, we know you like a serious challenge. Congratulations in order. Give a round of applause to the amazing lady Eliza. Ooh, I hope I've said that right. Slaying the champion of the fight kiln is no mean feat at the best of times. Cool. So you got it first and you get a prize. Awesome. Congratulations to you. Patch notes. Okay, so this is like the main bit, right? This is the bit you guys are all here for, really. So we got the full front. I don't know why. Is this actually changed? Is it not just the full front? Guess not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just where have I been? Basically, Zuk. We're gonna talk about Zuk. So the bad exchange rate achievement has been fixed. I'm not sure what that is, but cool. Always good to see a fix. Zuk's seated rain fire attack will now reach players who are hugging the barrier. So you used to be able to just stand on the outside of the room, right on the outside of the room, and you'd be absolutely fine. But now it will actually hit you there as well. So that's not intended in the first place, obviously. So that's good. An entry for Zuk kills has been added to the adventurers log. Perfect. Adding further ammo to a quiver already holding the same type of ammo will now correctly update the stack rather than replacing the existing amount. Okay, so it must have been where if you had 100 in there and you added 200, rather than getting 300, you'd have 200 in there and 100 out. Kind of weird that, but I guess it's not the end of the world, but convenience is always good. Fixed an issue that prevented the death spore arrows from working as expected following the Tzkal front update. The arrows are now consumed upon use. The sprout from death effect now has a chance to trigger. Okay, so they must have just been broken then, pretty much. Fixed an issue with the indigenous capes that prevented them from being stored in the keepsake box. I thought about this, right? I was unsure whether there was a reason that you couldn't do this. Not that I want to keepsake it, because they just don't look that good. It was just weird to find out that you couldn't actually keepsake these capes. I don't know if there was a reason for it or not, but you can now keepsake that. If you guys really want to keepsake your capes, then you can definitely do that. It means you can have the purple one, I suppose, or the magic one override the hybrid one, because the hybrid one's only red, right? So you can now have the green one or the purple one. So yeah. Fix an issue with blocking tiles during challenge waves in the encounter with Zuk. I'm not too sure what that means, but I'm sure someone will understand that if it bothers you too much. Updated the color scheme for the Slayer creatures found within the Centist and sewers. Not too big of a deal. Fixed an issue with the Zekhar's Jad souls not counting towards the Reaper task. So if you had a Jad task, doing Zuk wouldn't have counted, but now it does, so that's good. Added preventative measures to stop players teleporting out of the instance right as Harakan dies in order to repeatedly fight him. So basically people were just farming Harakan like over and over again. Just like people are doing with the Jads, so you'll kill 2 Jads, you go back in when you've left one alive and you'll kill 2 Jads again, and it's pretty decent money. Like it's not too bad, but people doing it with Harakan, and obviously that was for the pet chance, I assume, is probably the main thing. Now you can't do that, so there you go. Last week's hotfixes, so these were already done, but damage stacked on Zuk as he is defeating can no longer cause multiple kills. That was done straight away. That was done really quickly, I think. The Tzkal front intro cutscene now plays when clicking on the crater. No more sneaky Tzkal attacks while you absorb that sweet lore. Players will no longer crash and disconnect when using the magma temp stability, followed by clearing the auto cast spell. That would be annoying, but I don't think it would have affected too many people, right? I mean, I guess people found it, but yeah. Players can no longer bypass Zuk's hard mode requirement by toggling another boss's hard mode. that was something that a lot of people were getting into hard mode. They'd not even done normal mode. But I think you literally just, like, if you tried to go in and then you went to Art Glacier, for example, and did hard mode. So if there's any of you guys that are like, why have I got hard mode unlocked? I've not even done normal mode, a flawless run yet. That's why. It was just a bug, and I don't think it's been removed from those people. So like, if you have unlocked it, I'm pretty sure it's going to stay unlocked, because there's someone that I've been talking to and they said that theirs is unlocked, and after the fix it hasn't reverted. So it is what it is, I suppose. Omnipower damage now matches the written tooltip. I think it was hitting higher, you know. I'm not too sure, but I think it was hitting higher. Gonna wait for that siren to go past. Additional hits from wild magic and omnipower abilities now hit nearby targets when combined with the greater chain ability. So there was a thing where it wasn't working all the time, I think. It did work, but not all the time. At least that's what I sort of saw from it. They fixed that pretty quickly, so now it does hit with everything. The scripture of full effect now increases damage received instead of reducing it. I didn't know about this. So basically the book was basically making you take less damage and deal more damage. That sounds pretty OP, to be honest. Well, there we go. Glacier front, not much in here anymore. Improvements. Voice lines from the mages have been added to the Art Glacier boss fight. Perfect. Fixed an issue with cute abilities for fragments of Leng. Literally not a problem really whatsoever, but they're all done. Perfect. Moving on to mobile improvements. The pest control UI now repositioned on the chat box on the mobile client. Okay. A haptic feedback toggle has now been added to the mobile game settings. A haptic feedback toggle. No idea what that is, but okay. Fixed an issue where the system keyboard was opening during agility course cutscenes. The keyboard no longer appears when applying cosmetic outfits. Awesome. But as always, I'll read through the other myself, and then if there's anything that I feel is important, then I'll go through them. Or if they're all important, I'll go through them all for you. But you can see it on screen now, so if you want to pause and read through it, then that's your time. But let's have a look. Having the ring upgraded with a faction no longer decreases the amount of anima gained from bosses. So there was a thing going around where if you upgraded the ring, you would start receiving reduced amount of anima. But of course, the full anima at the moment is so expensive, so it's actually really good money. So people were upgrading the ring fully, and then they were getting like barely any of the full anima, and obviously that's a good amount of money. So that's been fixed. That's good. The Barrows Rise of the Six teleport destination option on the PVM hub portals will now teleport you to the well correctly. So I think the Rise of the Six teleport took you like 2 Barrows, which isn't far away from the well, but they fixed that. I saw someone actually mention that on Twitter, so whether they've took it from them or whether they just knew anyway, it's pretty interesting, but there you go. So that is all the patch notes done. The other thing is community. I don't think there's much in here, to be honest. Like it's just like funny little things like this. So I don't think that matters too much. But otherwise, guys, that's pretty much it. We've got some fixes and stuff on the Zuk front, which is to be expected, of course. Double XP is starting on the 5th, Friday the 5th, 12 game time. So get all your stuff ready. If you haven't bought resources or supplies or whatever just yet, those prices are probably going to be expensive now. So I don't know, do your price checking first, but get ready for double XP on there. Make sure you get your overloads and stuff done if you don't have them yet. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video. If you find these helpful, let me know in the comments. Always appreciated. One last mention while I've got you here, because a lot of you guys watch this. I do have a second channel, which is basically just for shorts off of live streams and stuff, or anything funny that happens in game, that sort of stuff, and I usually edit them up in a little bit of a funny way. If you're interested in a bit of extra content from me, there's a link to my shorts channel in the description, probably in the pinned comments as well. Go ahead, subscribe to that channel. Let's get it to 1K. I would very much appreciate that. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all. I almost forgot the channel members. Channel members, thank you all so much for your extra support. Your names are on screen now, of course, as always. Anyone else interested in joining the channel members, click the join button by the sub button, and you can see what perks you can get while you support the channel. See you later, guys. Bye.